I'm here again with a very interesting subject to teach you. I'm going to tell you everything about a very new idiom, as busy as a one-arm paper hanger. I guess you hadn't heard it before. This idiom is said in another way as well, which is busier than a one-arm paper hanger. Both variants of this idiom mean very busy or exceedingly busy. First thing, let's find out about the definition of the idiom and read some examples. The dictionary explanation of this idiom is as follows. Busy as a one-arm paper hanger, or as busy as a one-arm paper hanger with an H, meaning constantly busy, active, or occupied with something. Examples: I'm currently designing 3 plays, so I'm busy as one-arm paper hanger. Can we meet next week instead? I'm just as busy as a one-arm paper hanger with an H right now. Between working 2 part-time jobs, volunteering on the weekends, and looking after his little brother, Sam's been busy as a one-arm paper hanger this summer. Origin of the idiom, as busy as a one-armed paper hanger. This idiom is quite a recent one. It dates back to the early 1900s and was coined in the USA. Perhaps the earliest version of this phrase comes from a 1908 short story by O. Henry, as busy as a one-armed man with a nettle rash pasting on wallpaper. Other versions of this idiom have emerged afterwards, in which the paper hanger is battling hives, the itch, the crabs, or the 7-year itch. But how was this idiom coined? If you've ever tried to hang a wallpaper, you know that is a difficult job to do. Imagine that you've spread the wallpaper paste and then you have to lift it up the ladder and attach it to the corner of the ceiling to hang it on the wall. It's tricky to get it perfectly lined up with the vertical line and get it glued evenly to the wall without bubbles or lumps. And you have to do all of this in a fairly short time before the paste dries. It's a complicated job at most of the time when you have 2 arms. Now, imagine the hassle of doing all this at once with 1 arm. Most of the early examples of the phrase in print use a longer form of this idiom, which is as busy as a one-armed paper hanger with the hives. Hives means rashes or pimples. When you have rash, you have to scratch your body. The longer variant is the one used in the earliest example of the idiom found in a Washington newspaper, the Evening Star, dating back to October 1906. The next man up at the cashier's window was a Russian Grand Duke, spender from way back, a man who on his tour of this country was as busy as a one-armed paper hanger with the hives, just tossing away money. This idiom stayed in the USA for most of the 20th century and is only recently being used worldwide. Other English-speaking countries have stuck with the earlier idiom, as busy as a bee. Other attractive English idioms to state such busyness include busy as a beaver, busy as a bee, busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, busier than flies in a tar pit, busier than a bee in a tar bucket, busier than a bee on a buzz saw, busier than a cranberry merchant, and busier than a one-eyed cat watching 3 mice holes.